What's good, y'all? It's Victor Allen. Y'all also might know me as Pragmatic. I'm going to be using Gravity Sketch to create an illustration of some of the agricultural work we've been doing. And so Gravity Sketch is a 3D modeling software that you can use. New sketch. Here we go. All right, it's imported. Now I got to use this one to grab. All right, cool. So now expand this. So this has been a piece of land we've been allowed the opportunity to use as a cultivation site to continue to grow some of the plants that are culturally relevant and important not only to Maurice's family, but to food systems and foodways in the Southeast. You can see here we have a collard green. That thing is a super duper collard green. But this project began with one like Maurice plowed this whole field. And so we had kind of like this blank canvas, so to speak. So our first project was mounding up because back here, this is the salt marsh back here. And so the ocean is actually right past that tree line. Since this is relatively flat and there's a tidal creek there, when you have an extremely high tide event, and well, also with a lot of rain and like even like a really big moon that's making the tide into a king tide is what they call it, or a spring tide, then you have the saltwater intrusion coming in. So we decided to mound up so plants would have a greater buffer between saltwater getting into their root systems, damaging and inhibiting their growth. What we also did was mound in this back area and then mulch to retain more water and to hopefully reduce weeds. This is just my reference image right here. So I'm going to use my sketch tool. It's going to be one. Add in the top of this fence post to be white. So I'm going to kind of mimic that. It's kind of working. So I'm going to duplicate these. And so we have 1, 2, 3. Cool. So if we take like an aerial look, notice this is not quite balanced. So we're just going to move these so it is a little bit more balanced. Oh, it's taking the whole texture of the photo. That's interesting. Woo. You're going to want your corner post to brace against it that way. Duplicate it, bring it over here because that's how it should be balanced on this side. And group. Cool, so now we have our gate. And I'm actually going to bring the opacity down too. So now we do a fence. All right, cool. So now we have a fence and we can go back in and place these fence posts a little more strategically. I think I did that, said that right. So I'm going to make this smaller because these are going to be the clips that keep the fence in. So it's like, really, they go like this. They attach to this and then go along that way. What I'm also going to do is we're going to pretend this is our ground. Let's call it that. Okay. Volume stroke here. Use a darker color for the mulch. And let's actually give it a texture. And then, we got that little collard green there. So we're going to make sure it's accounted for. This big old collard green right here. Doing this thing. It's kind of like a Brussels sprout. We're going to call it collard. Y'all heard it. Gonna call collard. I'm going to grab it and then just duplicate it. And we're going to call that the collard. This was May 2026. All right, fresh, y'all. So now if we save, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to call it Sapelo Garden. The snake case and saving. Cool. And next time we will update it and go from May to June. All right. Exit the lobby again. Let's go to our file manager. Agriculture. Gardens here. Awesome. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope it was cool. Hope you learned something. Catch y'all next time.
Peace.